All right, well, if you're watching this video, then you have made it through week 11 or 12 of social distancing worship with Attalla First United Methodist Church. And I believe you have made it through the last week of a YouTube playlist for worship. Our plan is to return to our sanctuary next Sunday, June the 14th, to worship in person, but we must do that with careful guidelines and precautions. We sent out a letter this week, issued a statement describing the precautions we will take and how we will do this. Worship in person will not be like it was before yet. We're simply not there. We're asking each person who comes to wear a mask, to put your mask on in your car before you get out, to keep it on throughout the entirety of the service, and don't remove it until you are safely in your car at the end of service. We know that masks are going to keep us from being able to see one another's smiles, that it's going to make us a little bit harder to hear, particularly for those of us who look at lips to understand everything that is said. But we truly believe it is the safest way for us to be in the same room together. We have water droplets that come out of our nose and our mouth as we speak or cough or even breathe. The mask will help to keep my water droplets near me and yours near you, so that we can lessen the possibility that we infect one another unintentionally during this time. We are also social distancing as we sit. Anytime we are closer than 6 feet to people for more than 15 minutes, we increase, even with masks, the likelihood that we will share some of those droplets. So we're asking when you arrive, if you will not gather in groups outside, if you will not stop just inside the door or in the aisles, but come in and find a place to sit that is at least 6 feet away from any other household. We're asking you to sit by households because you're already sharing those germs and droplets within your house. So you're safe to sit with those that you live with, but not with those that are in a different household. We will mark the sanctuary for suggested places to sit. Choose one as close to your usual spot, and we're so sorry that everyone will not be able to sit in their favorite familiar acclaimed spot. We will get back there one day, just not yet. There will be hand sanitizer available to you. We will not pass the offering plate. Instead, we will place plates near the exits so that you may leave your tithe or offering. And we deeply appreciate you continuing to give and support the church during this time. We have continued to have bills and costs and expenses even while we have not been gathering for worship, and we appreciate that very much. For me, one of the saddest things is that at this time we just do not feel it is safe to engage in congregational singing. I've so missed raising my voice with all of you as we sing hymns and psalms and praise the Lord. But when we sing, we force our voice out and we inhale deeply, and that increases the distance that our droplets travel, the number of them that pass through our masks, and in other words, place one another at greater risk. So at this time, we're going to listen to beautiful music. We're going to sing it silently in our heads, and we hope that later this summer, hopefully sooner rather than later, we can return to singing once we know it's safe. For the same reason, we're not going to try to receive Holy Communion on this first Sunday of June. We just want to watch the numbers. We want to watch the trends. We want to think carefully through how we can receive Holy Communion together without jeopardizing anyone's health. Even those of us who are leading worship will be engaging in practices to try to keep one another safe. We will only have our musicians in the choir loft. Our minister of music, Doris Day, and I will not even share the pulpit mic. We'll have different microphones, and I will be wearing a mask except for when I preach, in hopes that you will be able to understand me clearly and carefully. We want to use as little of the building as we have to, because we will clean and sanitize well in order to come back. And we believe that because our sanctuary doesn't get used every day or for multiple services, that we are doing this healthfully. Again, we hope that we're going to come beyond these soon, but we just believe this is the best way to love one another, to keep one another safe at this particular time in our life as a congregation. So we hope to see you at 10:30 a.m., our usual worship time, on Sunday, June 14th. If you do not feel comfortable coming yet, there is absolutely no pressure to do so. If you're not comfortable, don't come. If you have health reasons that put you at greater risk, please don't come. If there's any reason that you hesitate, if you've had any symptoms, coughing, sneezing, fever, please don't come and share those with one another. We're all anxious to gather again, but we want to do so safely. If you're not able to gather with us, there won't be a YouTube worship playlist like this, but we are going to record the entire sermon and we will upload it to YouTube. You won't be able to access it on Saturday afternoon like we have the playlist because it won't happen until Sunday morning. It will be Sunday afternoon. And we're going to attempt to broadcast on Facebook Live. So if you're home, you can try to reach us there. We will do our very best to do that. I've had a little challenge with it in the sanctuary, but we're certainly going to give it a try. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me, our Administrative Board Chair, Gil Isbell, or our Staff Parish Relations Committee Chair, Donald Ray, to ask your questions or express your concerns. I have missed all of you, and I look so forward to being back together with you soon. For those of you I see this next Sunday, I look forward to it. For those I must wait a little longer, I still miss you, and I look forward to seeing you. May God bless us. We've learned to worship wherever we are. I look forward to gathering again.